on. But with so much fame and success, who was the man behind the movies and the music? We were joined by his longtime friend, Jerry Schilling, to find out. Jerry, what a privilege and a treat to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
We're so excited to have you on.
Thank you. Morning. It's
Good morning.
To have you.
Yeah.
Jerry, go back. When did you first meet Elvis? How old were you and where was it?
I was 12 years old, living in North Memphis, and they had played the record the first time the night before. And it was basically a rhythm and blues station. And so Dewey Phillips said, "This is a boy from Humes High," which racially said he wasn't black because he was doing blues. I mean, you know, he was doing rhythm and blues. And I'd been listening to rhythm and blues since I was 10. So I don't know. Then they came down, did an interview because the lights kept coming up wanting, you know, Dewey to play it more. And Elvis does an interview. He doesn't know he's doing the interview. He's waiting for Dewey to start, but Dewey knew he was so nervous. And I was a big James Dean fan. And Elvis had that rebel kind of James Dean. And being a good little Catholic boy, I'd go to bed and I'd go, Elvis said, God, the neighborhood's not that big. I'd like to meet this guy from Humes High. Because my mother had gone to Humes High.
Yeah.
I had cousins there in the same grade with Elvis.
Yeah.
I go to the park the next day in Memphis, very poor neighborhood. And there was like 5 older guys. And they didn't have, Elvis was so unpopular, they didn't have enough people to get a football game. So one of the guys knew my older brother, said, "Jerry, you want to play with us?" And I go, God, Red West's a big football player. I said, yeah. And we go into the huddle, and I realized my quarterback was Elvis
Presley.
So you was a fan of Elvis before he was really
I'm an original
famous.
fan. Yeah, before he had a hit record.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I know the Inner Circle was kind of called the Memphis Mafia.
Yeah.
And you was in that. What was it like to be part of, like, you're there, you're experiencing what he's experiencing. What was that like to be part of the group?
I mean, he took me on a great ride, but, you know, we would go into Vegas before he was performing there. He loved other artists. He liked to see shows. So we'd go in a limousine. We'd have.
Which one are you?
Black.
Where are you in this picture?
So this is me.
Oh, okay, you are.
I always learned to stand right behind Elvis. They'll never edit you out. Yeah, this is.
Two guys are like, you go in the end.
That's Red Wesley I was talking about, and his father and up there, and. Yeah, so, gosh, yeah, that brings back a lot of memories.
What was it like when he first became famous and you were his friend? Did he have, like, did you know he had it to start with? And did the level of fame surprise him? Was he surprised by how big he got?
I think so, for sure. And Dermot, it was, you know, it was so different. You know, we know the process nowadays of rock stars and how people develop and all that. There were no blueprints at that point, so we didn't know what was happening. So Elvis, the people that he knew before, in general, high school, me, whatever, he wanted to surround himself with people he trusted.
Yeah.
And so we went through that, and it was we forget, you know, everybody loves Elvis now, thank God and thank Elvis, but a lot of people didn't, you know. Because
he was the rebel and because he was so risque. And...
Yes, and nobody was used to it. Parents were afraid of him. Politicians were saying, we're not going to have him.
Amazing.
And he never rebutted. He just did his music, did what he did, and the world came to love him.
He was very loyal, though, as a friend, wasn't he? Was he quite a generous man to you all as well?
Well, you know, I lived at Graceland for 10 years.
Did you?
And
Did you have to pay a bit of rent?
No.
Very generous.
Yeah. And
you literally let you stay there for free.
And the home
10 years.
Yeah. So, and the home I live in today, he bought me in '74.
Oh my God.
I'm the only person outside of his immediate family he bought a home for.
Wow.
And it's in California. I laughingly call it Graceland West.
But you never called it Graceland, though, did
No,
you?
the
What
house.
did you call it? The house.
When we were, Elvis bought it in '57, and you know, we played football, and he would say, "Yeah, that's great."
He's so handsome, isn't he?
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
handsome.
And
Joey-
come out to the house tonight. Yeah, we never called it Grace.
Joey, what was it like to go through the ups and downs and when his health wasn't that good? And I mean, it must have been heartbreaking as a friend, like an old friend, to see, you know, to see him for. But then the '68 comeback special was like, you know, that definitive concert. We just saw a bit of it there. That must have been so uplifting, the highs and the lows.
You know, that's a great question. And we did go through highs and lows. We laughed, we had fun, and we cried, and we hugged. All of us guys, not just me. But, you know, I think the lows, my friend was a genius. And periods of his life, he was given mediocre work, and he wanted to stretch, and he wanted to do A Star Is Born, when Barbra Streisand. And I don't think you can take a genius and have them just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lost my friend at an early age because of creative disappointment, even with all the great success that he had. That caused other problems.
Yeah.
But that was the cause of the problems, in my humble estimation.
Yeah.
That must have been so difficult when he died for you and everyone.
I couldn't believe it. You know, I just, he was used to me coming in and every once in a while leaving because I wanted to learn film editing, then I wanted to learn the road. And I had left in '76. When I leave, I still spent weekends with him and whatever. And if I would have known that I was going to lose him, that the world was going to lose him, I would not have left in '76
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame.
to be the Beach Boys manager,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I'm still
Which you
doing.
still are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about this show, The Very Best of Elvis in Concert, with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. So, how does it work?
Well, it's really great. I was, I co-hosted with Priscilla here about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I did one in Australia about 7 years ago. And I'm a behind-the-scenes guy. So I was a nervous wreck to go on and host and, you know, introduce certain things. I have to say, from touring with Elvis, hundreds and hundreds of dates for years, this show, the audience, it is the same as being on tour with Elvis. The audience reaction, I mean, the last one I did, we closed here at the O2 4 years ago, and there was nothing but standing ovations. I mean, it was...
So this is going to be like the closest you're going to get to Elvis by coming to watch this show?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. I get chill
And you're
bumps
not doing
thinking
all
about...
the dates, though, are you? You're doing a few of the dates.
I'm doing most of them.
Yeah.
I'm doing Birmingham tomorrow, Manchester the next day, Leeds 2 days after, and then Halloween we will be here at the O2.
Amazing.
So, you know, it's such an honor.
Well, listen, Jerry, we can
nice.
speak to you all day, honestly. I'm so sorry we've run out of time, but thanks so much for coming and reminiscing with us. And
Yeah, thank you,
about your
Jerry.
friends.
Good luck with the
pleasure.
show.
Thanks for having me.
The Very Best of
Very
Elvis
nice.
in concert, live on screen with the Royal Philharmonic, kicks off today. Tickets are available now. Thanks a million, Jerry.
So lovely to meet you.
Yeah, lovely.
Same
Thank
here.
you.